I joined the investment trust in September 2017, and I'm going to be taking over later this year from Simon Fraser as chairman. My background is I spent 16 years at Credit Suisse Asset Management on the global fixed income and currency side, and before that I trained up at Morgan Grenfell as an equity analyst. So I've spent all my career in the financial services sector. I'm currently on the board of Telecoms Plus, M&G, as well as another 2 investment trusts, Templeton Emerging Markets and Henderson Smaller Companies. And I'm also on the board of an American-based company called Brown Advisory, which is a wealth management business. The trust is 150 years old. We celebrated that last year, so I don't think anything is going to change particularly quickly. The principles of the trust are to invest for the long term and invest in the global equity markets, both developed and developing, as well as some investments in private equity, which I do think do distinguish us from other trusts of our size. The trust has always had the philosophy that we should be able and open for access to people of any means. In the old days, I think they called it people of moderate means, and I think that that will continue. In terms of taking over from Simon, the whole board obviously supports Paul Niven in his activities, and I will, over the course of the rest of this year, be discussing with Simon the optimum time for me to take over, but it will be towards the end of this year. The trust aims to grow both capital and income over the long term. We do appreciate that our investors like a good and strong dividend. Over the last 46 years, we've managed to improve our dividend every single year. And over the last 35 years, that has been above inflation in all but 1 year. I think that's pretty strong given what volatility there has been in markets over that time. The tactics of our strategy are that we recognise that growing dividends are important for our shareholders, and we've done that by improving our reserve position as well. We have a broad spread of companies for the trust, which are a number at the moment about 450, and we think that diversification helps reduce the risk for our investors. Well, a lot's happened in the markets over the last 10 years. We have had quite a long run in the bull market after the financial crisis of 2008, and a lot of people are saying that the bull market is nearly over. Paul Niven, our manager, believes that we probably have a bit further to go, and with careful investing, particularly with a long-term view, we hope to be able to continue to deliver returns for our investors. Private equity is an interesting part of our portfolio. It does differentiate us from other investment trusts in our sector, and we believe that that should continue to play a role in the trust going forward. But the most important thing is that we learn to look at the markets, innovate, and that we're with a good firm like BMO who will help us do that. Well, the next 12 months is going to continue to be interesting. We've probably got Brexit. We've got an American election at the end of 2020. We've got the trade dispute between China and the US escalating perhaps. So events are going to be very interesting. Paul Niven produces a monthly fact sheet with the update on both what the trust is doing and where markets are, so investors can be kept updated.